ask that we closely examine departmental budgets for other places where efficiency adjustments can be made. I would agree that probation is broken, but I would not consider them broke. It's my understanding that the probation department still has a large number of vacancies and funding that they have not yet allocated to the work that needs to be done to invest in our young people. Well, many of these positions are not funded with NCC. My staff has been told that there are still over 100 vacancies funded with NCC. So do you have an accounting of how many current probation vacancies are funded with NCC, Madam CEO?
Yeah. So probation is cutting about 262 positions in this curtailment. After that is done, they will have a total of 1,279 vacancies. And of that amount, 124 are NCC funded.
And is there a reason we would continue to keep them as vacancies in the department, given that this funding is so critical to so many other departments at this time? And I think that we certainly know that there are places that need investment. We've heard from a couple of departments here today.
Yes.
I know a lot of people are interested in using funds that aren't being used.
Yes. So I think there are two things that the CEO needs to do. Once these curtailments are in place, we know that there are two things that are happening. The department uses some of its savings from its NCC funded positions to essentially fund what we call the services and supplies portion of the budget. That's the budget for consultants and contracts and programs and things like that. We also know that they use the funds for other purposes. And so what we want to do is, after these curtailments are implemented, we want to right-size their budget. We need to stop the practice of transferring funds from the salary and employee benefit bucket and transferring it to the services and supplies buckets. That's essentially what's happening on an annual basis. Wow. And so we need to right-size that number. And then once we right-size that number, then whatever number of vacancies that are left and the amount of funding that's associated with it, then the board would have, I think there's a clearer path to decide whether to cut those and then how the board will want to reallocate them.
Well, I would say it's not only a matter of right-sizing the budget, but also making sure that there's transparency. If you're saying that they're spending something in their departmental budget on something other than what it is allocated in the budget, I think people will be interested to know what that might be and why it's being spent that way. I hope that we can take a very...
If I could just say, just to that point, that is not a rare practice. Departments do it all the time. So they might come up short in one bucket in their budget, and they'll transfer funds from another bucket. The question is, if it's happening every year, then that means it's structural that we want to address and fix.
And to the tune of more than 100 positions, I know that there are departments who are fighting for even a dozen positions, while this department has more than 100. So I would hope that we take a very close look at situations like this. So as we move forward with next year's budget, as being able to identify inefficiencies will mean that we can fund other programs and services.